Alright guys, here we are, late into a game for the Mage 1v1 here. Unfortunately, sometimes things are predictable, and we get people F6 early, and I can't blame them. You know, I'm the king of F6ing early, but the match that we watched ended incredibly early, and I would not, you know, put that up on YouTube for you guys to bait you with a first round. Unfortunately, instead, you kind of get mini-baited here.
Let's not call attention to us.
With a game that's already begun, but, you know, a game that is by no means over, or is commandingly in either person's, you know. My words today, they'll come to me. It's like by the third game, I'll be on fire. They'll see. But, yeah, casting's so funny when you're just, like, reaching for the word, and it's just like you don't have the word. Like, you can't think of the word. I don't know why. It's like, normally you can, right? But you're on the spot. Anyway, we in this. Commander Clyde up against Jordan MG. For the first round matchup, this is a very interesting one. Both of these players have been, you know, pretty consistently strong. I'd say Commander Clyde having the edge, especially in like duel and joust terms. Interestingly enough, we saw Nuwa on the other side of the fence with the early F6 in the last game. From Shadow Venom, up against Appendages is Alquang. Alquang, a real threat for this tournament for sure. I think that he's somebody that people definitely got to watch out for. If you can't condition him hard enough in the early and he gets to the late or gets an early kill, like he did in that last game, you know, as Shadow Venom saw coming, the end is nigh. So in this matchup, though, we got a battle of two real mages who are going to be poking at each other aggressively from afar. And I'd say the late game scaling goes towards Soul. But Nuwa's got a lot of tricks up her sleeve when it comes to just straight up boxing with people. Because the minions, of course, add a lot. They take away protections as well, which is a huge part of them that are often overlooked. If you let them stack up some autos on you, yeah, there you go. Not only the burst damage is going to hit you, but the burst damage is going to hit you for more because the protections have been removed. So you got to be very careful against that and try to make sure you close the, or, you know, widen the gap between you two whenever you see those minions come out. And it's not so easy for Soul because she doesn't have a dash or a jump. Instead, she only has her 3, the Disapparate, which is hard to, you know, just, you can't use it on command to get that CC immunity and damage immunity. You have to wait out. So you gotta use that in, you can use that increased movement speed in the early. But she does take that red and uses her ult brilliantly there, actually, to take the blow and not get knocked up. She is CC immune in the beginning of that ult. Stays in her 3 for the immunity there again. Jordan MG showing a real mastery of this character. And then finds it with the final in-hand there. Great stuff. Hey, realizing my cam is a little too big, so I gotta make it smaller, I'm sorry. Things are completely unorthodox today, you guys. So let me run you guys down on the tournament real quick since we had to jump into this one. We have Mage only. So Battle of the Mages. I think that's good. But now it's not like... I don't know. Like this? Better? Probably better. Okay. Anyway, Battle of the Mages, S tier and below, 1 defense item each, and no warlocks. The reason I put all these restrictions is because anytime mages have been involved in the past in our tournaments, it has been a complete snooze fest. It just sucked. It has been Nuda. I always call him Nuwa because his name is so similar, and he plays Nuwa. But Nuda, the champion of mages, will come through and pick every single health item in the game. Mostly, you know, centering on Warlock Sash, which gets you more health than anything, and gives you power in the late game, and allows you to just sit back, stack that up, safely clear waves, and never take any risks. There's no pressure on you, as long as you know that you are the best late game god. In Nuda's case, he would pick things like Scylla and just do it, and it's absolutely the case in this tournament that I think Scylla is nowhere near as strong a pick, because she can't just go that route. And without double defense or anything like that, who did come up with that? Commander Clyde did. So Jordan MG did waste his ultimate there. It's a little, you know, a little bit of a bold move to do that. As you can see here, already took the tower here off that one kill, the one return kill from Commander Clyde. And that just goes to show you the strength of Soul's push potential. Ooh, good damage here, but not as much as Commander Clyde would like. The builds here, Voidstone has been picked up for both of these guys, and that's going to be the magical protection item opted into for a lot of these guys as their one protection item they're allowed to go. Because the item is just bloated as hell and completely broken right now. It's about to be nerfed, actually, coming up on Wednesday. About, I think it's like 10 less protections or something. So it'll still be a very strong item, but yeah, it will receive a little bit of a hit. It's really interesting that both of them went for Shoes of Magia, and I see these a lot on in Mage vs. Mage matchups. And for me, I always like to go the cooldown boots, because otherwise you don't get cooldown anywhere. Like, look at their builds. Neither of them has cooldown, other than in this Sands of Time active picked up by Commander Clyde. He's not going to get it anytime soon. This guy, though, says, never mind, I'm getting mine. Spear of Deso. Changes his pen item into Spear of Deso instead of, you know, the Obsidian Shard that you'd expect here. Goes for Spear of Deso, which is a huge item. Costs a lot of money. Gives a lot of power. The problem is its passive doesn't work at all in Duel, so there's that. But it's giving him, the raw stats on it are strong. He's got good pen on it, a lot of power, and the cooldown reduction, as we said, is hard to come by already. Wow, look at those autos. Jesus Christ, eating Commander Clyde alive. Every single hit of that ultimate just ticked. And there is no easy way out of this. He is gone. It looks like in terms of the picks, Jordan MG absolutely won this one. I don't know how Commander Clyde's going to turn it around. But yeah, there's a lot of heavy hitters right now in the open for the mages. Once you take out all the ADCs, it's really the thing. And some of the better warriors. Generally, they have good times against the warriors, but you know, like the best warriors can fight the mid-tier mages, I guess you say, or even the lower high-tier ones. Yeah, Void does count as defense item, of course, because it gives 70 protections. Anything that has protections on it counts as a defense item. And then other than that, just no warlocks. And it's all S tier and below, so you just can't go Kibo and Freya. Or Raijin, actually. Raijin is categorized as S- or S+ right now in my most recent updates to the tier list. And I stand by that. That man is OP. Yeah, 70 prots. Nobody ever really realizes it. It gives 70 prots. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I think it's a smart pickup from all these guys. But at the same time, you know, with cooldown being hard to come by, Genji's is a great option, giving that nice cooldown and, you know, giving the cooldown even on the passive. So it's a very reliable item. Wow. Unfortunate for Commander Clyde. He's just getting murdered out here. And he went for Spear of the Magus? Is Spear usually the pickup for her? I feel like I would never imagine this item. Like, the ticks by the autos that come out from the soldiers and the fog, but that's about it. And the fog's not very reliable. Obviously, your opponent's not going to be standing in the fog for too long. You're usually going to take 1 or 2 hits of that. But I guess it stacks off of the consecutive hits from the clay soldiers. Even then, though, I don't know. Yeah, it does apply with them dashing, is what I've heard, and it looks like it. Wow, that is a lot of damage. Jordan MG doesn't have access to an ultimate here, so he can't finish the job yet. You see Soul here with the Bancrofts, and I think that's really something that will be, you know, the difference maker in this tournament. If your god can go Bancrofts or not, because Bancrofts is such like an all-encompassing item. It's so strong. It's going to help gods like Soul and Aokwang get to that late game point much earlier in the game. You're going to feel that damage from them that you otherwise wouldn't. It'll help their clear. With Soul, it helps her heal as well. Her autos start healing for a ridiculous amount. And it just wouldn't have that same effect on Nuwa over here. Not synergizing as well with the heal. And also just not being as reliable a strategy to go into, because she kind of, you know, she leaves herself open for a lot of attacks, so she needs to go a little bit beefier, and that's what he's done with the Gem of ISO as well. Jordan MG picked it up too. The access to like mage items, I feel like is so limited too, like there aren't that many. He tries to turn with a Thorns here, but it looks like Jordan MG is just going for the win. And you gotta respect that one, I'd say. He might not get it. Oh my god, that's the worst. When it still goes down. I'm not sure what made it go down there. It must have been a final auto as he died. But yeah, I'd say you gotta respect that in that case, because, I mean, you know, he had the game. He's been pushing it down. That's all up to the, oh, the one continue ticking. Wow. Yeah, that's all up to the beholder. I know some of you guys will rage. Some of you guys will applaud about 2%. But in the end of the day, Jordan MG with a really strong performance there. GG, and thank you guys so much for watching.